This stream is gonna be. Oh, who cares? Hey guys, can you hear me good? Let me make sure that we can hear me good first. Oh, the delay. Hurry up. Can you hear me? How do I sound? It's taking forever that I can see myself. Waiting for Angry Pistachio. I'm live. Okay, I'm fine. Okay, I sound fine. Thank God. I gotta say, guys, I have such a eerie, horrible feeling. I'm sorry I didn't stream the other night. I couldn't. Literally, as I was getting ready, the headlines come on about what happened. I don't even know if I can use those words. Um, I have such a nasty, horrendous, horrible feeling about everything because of what just occurred in the political arena. And I've got to say, I've had to purposely keep myself away from the internet. And then I come back today, and exactly everything, my biggest fears are just all on display. I've got to say, the extremism on any side, on all sides, the extremism is too much. And I don't know. Do you guys watch Destiny? Do you watch any political streamers? Do you listen to political streamers? I've got to say, with Destiny, I watch him quite a bit, and I found myself usually most of the time agreeing with him. And I found him most of the time to be fair, to be level headed is in his opinions, in his arguments. I've got to say, dude, I am genuinely frightened because of some of the things he has said, some of the opinions he has shared, and because of the potential influence that he has on so many. And I've already seen it like firsthand. I make a post on Twitter. I'm going to read you the back and forth I had with this individual just to showcase to you exactly what I'm talking about. Like, yo, you need to hear this. This is so. First of all, let me play the clip. Let me first read you what Destiny said in regards to this situation. Hold on. And then I got to read you the interaction I had with this person. I'm telling you, things like this genuinely frighten me. And you know how this ties into girl world for me? Because talking about fat girl land and hippo land for so long as I've had a front row seat to how violent and vitriolic and just ridiculous people can get over simple differing of opinions when it has no bearing on their own lives to any degree. So I can't even imagine how vicious and violent people are going to get about something that can potentially have an effect on their real lives. Like, me, oh my. I'm telling you, I don't know. Like, I say all the time that we have fallen as a society, we are devolving. I think I may have been looking at things with a bit of a naive lens. Maybe, like, you know how I say, oh, you've lost your humanity. Where's your humanity? Do you know what I think? I think I've been wrong this whole time, dude. I think human nature is not good. I think human nature is to be ridiculous and violent and divisive and ridiculous. And I think anybody who's capable of anything other than that, like, that's the exception to the rule. Is that where we're at? Is that what it's always been? But I've just been too naive to see it. Like, I do not want that to be the truth, man. I would much rather live in a world of my own creation where it's lollipops and gumdrops and everyone is good and no one is ridiculous and crazy and violent and selfish and evil. All right, yeah, dude, we have to. No, we're just gonna watch a clip. Just wait. I'm talking too much and I'm getting Twitter blindness. Sometimes, like, I get this Twitter blindness when I'm looking for something and I can scroll past it a million times and my eyes are not even perceiving that it's there. because I just have so many thoughts going through my mind. Anyway, where's the first tweet of his? Here's the clip.
Guy, fuck Trump, fuck it, fuck the dude, the firefighter guy, fuck Trump, fuck the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay, just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, you don't, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am 100%.
Do you know how fucking un-American that opinion is? Like, oh my God, I can't even believe it. I can't even believe he would say or think or feel that way ever. Where's his tweet? We got to read that as well. So disgusting. It's the same one I used for the thumbnail. Okay. In his tweet, he says, a person in a crowd cheering for and supporting a traitor to this country caught astray. I'm so sad. Please keep in mind, this innocent person was a firefighter who dove on his family to protect them from harm. And he's saying, fuck this person. Ha ha ha. I don't care that you're dead. Like, I am so, like, he is a political streamer, right? He's so intelligent. He knows all about everything. Like, is everybody aware that every fucking American president in American history is guilty of egregious fucking crimes? Are you going to tell me that, if you support Biden, if you supported Clinton, because you supported them or their presidency, you deserve to die? Maybe? Like, that is so ridiculous. I can't even believe it, man. And you have to listen to this interaction that I had with this person. Listen to what they said to me. Listen to what they actually said to me. Let me find it through my replies. Hold on. This is so ridiculous. And okay, here we go. Let me start at the beginning with this person. So I retweet the drama alert post of the because I didn't tell you guys this, but Elon Musk said he is removing advertisers from, what does he say? He says, you're right, this is not appropriate content for advertisers. So he's saying he's going to remove advertisers from Destiny's posts on Twitter. Whatever, I have no opinion of that. I don't even care. I retweet that and I said, it's fucking wild to say that an innocent basically deserved to catch a stray bullet because of who they support politically. That is maybe the most fucking un-American thing he's ever said. Okay, listen to this shit, guys. This person says, innocent? All I have to say is one less Trump supporter. Hoo. I reply, I say, dude, that's crazy. This is an innocent person we are talking about. You really think people should be killed for what they believe or who they support? You don't believe in democracy then? And this person says back, no, but it's karma. You're acting like you don't believe that Trump is a danger. And anyone, including my own mother, is a hateful, dangerous racist. Oh my God. I respond back. I said, whoa, I don't think you understand. Oh, wait. I said, whoa. I don't think you understand what karma is. Karma doesn't even punish for what you believe in. Then this person replies back and says, I have zero compassion for evil, period. I said, seems like you have a very loose basis for what you term evil, and that's dangerous and it's scary. They reply back and say, listen to what they say back. Are you brain dead? If you support a man who's all over the Epstein files, who has raped 13-year-old girls, raped women in changing rooms, cheats on all his wives, fraudulent business practices his entire life, wants to eliminate women's rights, you deserve it all. Holy shit. I reply back. I said, do you realize that every president in American history is guilty of egregious crimes? Do you support Biden? Did you support Clinton? Do you deserve to be killed for their crimes because you supported them or their presidency? Wake up. You are the extreme of the other side. And of course, they said nothing back to that because what the fuck could they say back to that? I've got to say that extremism on either or all sides is the fucking problem. And if you want to know my fucking opinion on it, I don't support anybody. I don't support the whole fucking rigmarole bullshit that goes on anyway. Name me one that isn't. Ben Overbich, name me one president that has not committed criminal acts. Name me one. Taft? Dude, I don't know for sure. I would have to do research on it. But Taft? Every president in American history is guilty of some type of crime. War criminal, like, because America in general is guilty of war crimes. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't make me do the research right now. I'm not familiar with Taft. What was the president that was in office for like 2 weeks? Okay, that's probably the only good example, boobies. That is probably the best example, because what crimes could he commit in the 2 weeks he was president? That's the best example. But why aren't we talking about war crimes? Why aren't we talking about war crimes? We should be. We definitely should be. Daimaru says everybody is bad, so nobody is bad. No. It's just that everybody is bad. Everybody is bad. And the argument that a firefighter who dove upon his family to protect them deserves to catch a fucking stray because of who they support politically, because of their crimes, like, that is so fucking ridiculous. That's such a ridiculous and dangerous thing to say. It's such a dangerous fucking ideology. And another thing is, too, who are you to decide? Who are you to decide who's evil? You know what I mean? Evil to you is the fucking hero of the other side. What makes your opinion the fucking right one? It's a real nuanced fucking conversation to have. And people who take up these fucked, skewed opinions and they scream them from the rooftops like it's the right thing. I can't even handle it. And you know what else is really fucked up too, and I can't stand it? Like, mainstream media. We collectively have all decided that mainstream media cannot be trusted. Almost nobody takes it seriously anymore at all. And for the most part, people are consuming their political commentary online. But you know what has occurred, what I've seen slowly occur over time? I can't think of not one political channel, one political person that does not pander and spew extremism, because that is what the audience wants. The audience is not interested in a nuanced fucking fair view of the situation. No. They want hate and fucking vitriol. And of course, the almighty dollar wins at the end of the day. Can anybody here name me one person, one channel, one organization that covers political topics or world topics in a fair and balanced manner? Because I can't think of not one. It's so everyone has an agenda. What's fucked up is in the beginning stages of YouTube, things were a lot more honest. People were a lot more honest, and there was a lot less pandering. And I hate to see it. And the point is that very soon, very quickly, there's going to be very little difference between what mainstream media was and what we're consuming on fucking YouTube as well. All of it. I mean, yeah, I would agree with you. Tommy C, I don't know if I like Tommy C. I've not even heard what I have heard of him talking about politically. I wouldn't call him extremist, but he has strong opinions also. But I wouldn't consider him a political channel, so he doesn't count. He does not count. Ben Shapiro, you think Ben Shapiro is fair and balanced? To me, he is an extremist. He is absolutely an extremist. The simple fact, like what he did with Candace Owens, and how she was fired for her opinions and just for speaking certain things about Israel, like that's not a fair and balanced individual. That is not an organization where discussion is free to be had despite one's opinion. I'm sorry, but that just doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist. I mean, that's a good example. Opal says Philip DeFranco is pretty fair, in my opinion. He is, but I would not consider him a political channel. He's more a commentary channel. So I think it allows for him to be a little bit more fair and balanced because he is targeting a different type of audience. What I'm really looking for is a political, like a channel that would consider themselves their genre political commentary. Yeah, dude, Candace does. Everyone says some wild shit. Everybody that I've ever watched, that I'm like, I'll sit there and I'll be like, for a couple minutes, I'm like, oh, wow, yeah, I agree with this. Wow, good take. Great. I agree. And then all of a sudden, some wild shit will just spew. And I'm like, oh, God. Oh, God. I don't even know if I could trust you anymore because of what you just said just now. Yo, Bill Maher too, he fell the fuck off so hard. Bill Maher is somebody that I used to be able, maybe 10 years ago, I used to be able to confidently say like, "Oh, I agree with him. I agree with most of what he says. I respect where he's coming from. It doesn't seem like he's playing the fiddle for any particular ideology on purpose with purpose, but things have changed, man. Bill Maher has changed, man." Yeah, no one is. None of them. None of them. Dude, what happened to Bill Maher? All of them are grifters, man. When you say Candace is a grifter, what do you mean by that? A grifter in what sense? Do you mean when you call her a grifter, do you think that she is spewing things that she doesn't believe to pander to a specific audience or ideology? Because this is what I think. I think, and I'll use, you know who I'll use as an example? Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder and people like him are grifters in the sense, in my opinion, that I think he panders to a specific ideology and he says extremist things that he doesn't even live by or believe himself. Do you think that that's what Candace is doing? I don't know. What do you think is so bad about Candace, though? Andrea says, I don't know how Candace sleeps at night. What do you think is her biggest flaw? Tamaru says she doesn't believe what she says. Yes. I mean, a lot of people think that she panders to the Republican, particularly white, far right leaning audience. They think she panders for acceptance and for griftery purposes. I don't know. Doris Hay says, I love Crowder, but he is not balanced, not even close. I do not love Crowder. Crowder has proven to be an absolute fucking fraud. Like, so many things. Like, you know what? I used to really enjoy and respect the series that he did, that Change My Mind, because he appeared to be capable of disagreement. He appeared to be capable of having nuanced conversations with people he disagreed with. But once you really start to look into who he's been, things he's done, what he truly believes in, how he lives his life, it doesn't match up with the ideology that he promotes. Yeah, he absolutely is an abuser. He's an abuser to in every sense of that word, not only to his wife, but to his fucking employees. He is an absolute case of all of the adulation went to his fucking head and blew up his ego to such a degree that it changed him as a person. I think he, like many others, began with good intent, but I think along the way, the money, the adulation, the pandering nature of what he's doing, it changes people. It changes people, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Demaru says, honestly, she has said so many things that to me she so clearly does not believe. I don't know where to start. But also the anti-Semitism flirting is too much. I don't know. I don't agree with that, Demaru. There's a real problem with there are certain people that I'm not saying you're doing this, but what I've seen other people say about her is simply there are a lot of people online that will simply say that criticizing Israel to any degree they will consider that anti-Semitism. I think that is outright ridiculous. I think anybody can be criticized, any regime, any fucking any political party, anybody, any group of people can be criticized, and they should be. Nobody is above reproach. I hope that's not what you mean, but I've seen a lot of that go on, and it's fucked up. And that again falls into the lines of extremism. That conversation is fucked up too. It's so fucked up. And on the other side of things as well, like have you seen the movement and the group of people who literally will bully or try to bully others into supporting one side or the other? Specifically, I've seen people try to bully others to speak out or speak for the Palestine. Have you seen that movement? I see a lot of it on TikTok. I've seen many people be like bullied off of the platform as a result of it. These people are fucking relentless to the point where you're not even allowed to say, I don't take a position. I don't know enough about it. I'm not educated enough. It's a nuanced situation. I don't know enough to say one way or the other. Even that is not acceptable to some people. Like, that's a real fucking problem. When you can't even say, I don't know enough, I'm not comfortable to take a position on something so serious, that's a real fucking problem. Brandy says, I don't even care about politics because I'm not the 1% and none of these people would care about me. So I couldn't be swayed or tricked into anything, but I like hearing opinions. But what you just said, the exact opposite should be true. You should care about politics because you're not the 1%. The 1% are who control everything, and the rest of the 99 is who's affected by it all. And that's my point. That's why it always fucks me up when anybody on any side takes things and takes their support of somebody so seriously to the point of like extremism. Don't you know that the whole fucking system is rigged? Don't you know that it's everybody's fucked? It's like when you're choosing between Trump or Biden, you have to choose the lesser of two evils. That's not a choice anybody should want to make anyway. That's the conversation we should be having. Not who's better or who's worse and why. How about everybody's fucked? The two options are unacceptable. Throw away the whole fucking thing and let's begin anew. That's the conversation we should be fucking having. Timaru. Timaru says, no, it's not an Israel thing. It's an anti-Semitism thing. But what do you mean? Daimaru, are you one of those who you feel like any criticism of Israel and their regime is anti-Semitism in and of itself? Please tell me you're not one of those people. Because obviously I have seen cases of genuine anti-Semitism, and they are using support of Palestine as a front or as as a way to hide behind it. But there are some that genuinely claim, like what's his name that I just mentioned before. I can't think of his name. What's his name? Fuck. I can't think of his name right now. There are people that genuinely think that any criticism of Israel is just anti-Semitism. RFK Jr. is running. Yeah, but isn't he running as a fucking independent? Has an independent. Hold on. Let me look this up before I even make this statement. Because I don't think an independent has ever won. That's what I'm looking up. I'm not getting a real, but I don't think, my point is, I don't think an independent has ever won, ever. Oh yeah, dude, I will definitely agree with you that the Kanye shit, Kanye definitely was spewing anti-Semitic shit. Absolutely. He was spewing anti-Semitic rhetoric, definitely. He went off the fucking rails. I can't believe, and to be honest with you, anybody who was supporting him, especially at that time, you were absolutely doing harm, fucking sitting there and patting the ass of a very, very obviously mentally ill man and trying to fucking pretend he's a genius. Like, stop it. Ridiculous. Stephanie says, doesn't mean you can't vote for him. But people won't, is the point, Stephanie. People won't because they never do, especially in today's political climate. Not to mention, like, these are my opinions alone, but I believe that we have the perception of freedom. I don't think we actually do have freedom. I don't even think we have legitimate democracy either. I think it's all a perception of it. Like, it's I don't think we actually control. I don't think the voters we don't. Like, the electoral college, the people do not, at the end of the day, the people do not control who's fucking president. That's why it makes even less sense that people take up so heavily the way that they do. People need to stop putting all of their false hopes and all of their energy into a person or into a system that is only going to further do them harm. People need to get angry. People need to demand change. Not just because, this is what scares me about the Trump situation. I've noticed that the extremists the extremists that support Trump, they genuinely believe that Trump is the answer to all of their prayers. They genuinely believe that Trump is capable of solving and changing all of the ills of the world. I'm sorry to tell you, no president is capable of that. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter if they're Republican or Democrat or what they believe in or stand for. That's just not how it works, man. People are so fucking misinformed. People know how to complain and people know how to get angry and to take up a side that they barely understand, barely know anything about, and to sit there and fucking applaud and laugh at the death of an innocent simply because they dared believe in a different political fucking party or different political member than you do. It's like, okay, he committed crimes. Fine. Did this person commit the crimes? They deserve to die? Like, it's such a dangerous fucking conversation to have. It's so fucking scary, man. You know, I don't even think, Daimaru, I don't even think people need to agree on how to change. I think the most important thing is people need to agree that change needs to happen. If enough people would stop, because this is what I believe is done on purpose. I believe that the powers that be, I believe that they keep us fighting with each other and keep us on opposing sides of whatever situation to keep us busy and to keep us angry in all of the wrong directions. So we don't focus our attention and our anger where it truly fucking belongs. That is absolutely what's fucking happening. And the fact that so many don't see it as just that, I'm talking everything. I'm talking about the anti-Semitism conversation, the racism conversation, even the poverty the poverty conversation. I think that's probably one of the most important things, because that's for everybody. That's for all of us. But it's not, you know what's fucked up, Stephanie, is they have successfully done it. Stephanie says they want to divide us. They want to divide us, and they have divided us. But the truth is we've divided our fucking selves. We have divided ourselves. And I say it all the time. Do you know how when we talk about this space and the hypocrisy and the hypocrites in this space, and the people who will support absolute dishonesty and do the enemy of my enemy is my friend shit, this is all a microcosm of the rest of the world. It's a front row seat to how people can behave. And like I said, if people are willing to behave in this way in regards to fat women that have no fucking bearing on their lives, just imagine, extrapolate and fucking imagine how bad that becomes when we're talking political things where it potentially does have bearing on people's lives. Like, it is so fucking scary, man. It is so scary. I blame Eric says we are living in very, very dangerous times. But here's my question, Eric. And this is something that I always struggle with in myself. Have things always been this way? But maybe I or we just did not realize it. Have we been privileged? Have we lived in a bubble of comfort and of, maybe being surrounded by good people, luckily, for too long, that maybe we just weren't, maybe I just was too naive to the rest of the world around me. Like, for so long, I very naively believed, genuinely, I believed that most people are good, that most people are honest, that most people want what's best for the world, themselves, for their neighbor. But I am beginning, as I get older and as I begin to see things for how they truly are, I think humans in general are the problem. I think human nature in general is the problem. So I think when I use the word like, oh, where has your humanity gone? No, 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 no. I think dishonesty and selfishness and vitriol, I think that is fucking human nature, very fucking sadly. Like, all we need to do is take a look at history. take a look at fucking history. Another really interesting conversation to have is, the conversation of, oh, white people have enslaved and been violent. And the real honest fucking truth is, it's not just white people, it's people. It's fucking people. All people. People are just fucking violent and selfish and prone to anger and jealousy, and fucking people are just terrible, I think. That's what I think the fucking answer is, man. Miss Stripe said, I didn't realize it until I moved to the US. I don't know, man. Flappy McFlapperpants says, no, I think humanity's moral compass has gone absolutely berserk. Do you think so? Because I really do feel that way as well. But sometimes I question myself, because I take a look back at history and it looks like people have always been terrible. Because, this is the truth. This is what the truth is. Some things have gotten worse while other things have gotten better, But I think it's a shifting. There's always a shifting. So it's like, who's to even judge? I don't know. It's a hard conversation. And I don't think it's a simple answer either. Yeah, I mean, what do you mean not all people? What do you mean not all people? Yes, all fucking people. All people throughout history have always been warring, killing, raping, enslaving, murdering, horrible fucking entities. You know what I'm surprised by, truthfully? I am very surprised that the earth, that earth has not decided that we are fucking, we are ticks on its ass, and that Mother Earth has not decided to fucking wipe us out for its own fucking safety and benefit. I'm genuinely surprised by that. Shadow Hair says, hey P, define human nature, because when I think of that term, I think like a default setting, and I do not believe the default setting is evil. This is what I'm saying, Shadow Hair. For the longest time, I have looked at humanity as meaning like compassion for others, empathy, caring, love. For so long I've used the word humanity in that sense. Like when talking about an evil person, saying, oh, where has their humanity gone? I've used it in that sense. But what I'm saying is, the more that I learn about history and the more I see of people in general, it makes me wonder if humanity, for the most part, is not inherently fucking evil and selfish and warring and raping. And I think the people who are good, I think they are the outliers. I think they're the exception to the rule. I think people, for the most part, like if you take, let's just say we line up randomly 100 people just off the street, anywhere, from any state, any country, I think most of them, if not half of them, are going to be fucking bad. Sadly. You know what I mean? Sadly, I fear that that's the way it is. I don't want that to be the case. Doris Hay says it's self-interest. We've been domesticated as life has gotten less wild, but we are still selfish to large degrees. Again, check out toddlers. That is an excellent point, because toddlers are innately fucking evil and selfish. Like, I'm using the word evil very hyperbolically, but I hope you know what I mean when I say that. Like, they hit, they will steal, they're jealous, they're violent. So I think that's what I think that's what you mean when you say that. Because you're right. Even toddlers are fucking innately those things. Like, you have to be taught. Morality needs to be taught. Taluya says some people are more gentle souls than others, so not all people. Most, though. This is why I'm using the words that I'm using. I think the answer is most are terrible. Most are terrible. And the exception to the rule are those gentle souls who do not think for their own self interest, first and foremost, to the harm, to the detriment of others. Because take a look around us, guys. Like the conversations that we have every day. Hold on. The conversations that we have every day, all day, are about these things, but just on a much lesser level because of what we're talking about, who we're talking about, and in what space we're talking about it, and the circumstances of those conversations. But it's like it's all the same thing. This is the reason why I always say that these behaviors that we talk about, they have much grander consequence in the grand scheme of life. This is why I always have the conversation that the people who exhibit these things in girl world, there's no way in hell that they're not taking these behaviors into their real lives as well. Like, there's no way that you can be this type of person and then not take it into your real fucking life and your real life relationships. Like, that just can't, that just doesn't do. Oh, we're going to talk about that too, by the way. Yo, by the way, Eric, I don't know if you know this, but he's attending LolCal Live in about 3 hours. Keem has convinced him to come back on LolCal Live. I'm definitely going to be watching it. I hope you're going to be watching it, Eric. And I'll probably discuss it. Definitely. I can't wait to hear what the fuck he has to say. That's another thing I wanted to discuss. I have his tweets or my tweets about it queued up. Have you guys how much have you guys been consuming in regards to Boogie2988? Did you guys hear that he allegedly, probably, definitely lied about having cancer? And the most fucked up part about him lying about having cancer is he used his fictitious fucking cancer as his excuse when he was confronted by CoffeeZilla about his crypto scam that he was promoting to his audience. He used his fake cancer diagnosis as his excuse for why he needed this money, because CoffeeZilla was like, okay, so you promoted a shit coin that was going to rob your audience of money, so why don't you give back the money? And Boogie was like, oh no, I can't. I have to pay all of these astronomical cancer treatment fees. So not only did we come to find out that he's probably definitely lying about having cancer in the first place, but the entire time he's had fucking health insurance, which he claimed not to have, i.e., the fucking payments for his fictitious fucking cancer. Like, I'm telling you. And then, did you guys watch that fucking LolCal Live? His excuse the whole time. Hold on. Did I retweet it? Maybe we need to watch it together. I think I retweeted like a highlights of it. I think we need to watch it together if I did. Hold on. Because I cannot fucking believe. I was cringing so hard. He was pretending to stand on principle. Like, oh, this is for me. He kept saying that he refuses to share the screenshot of his diagnosis of cancer because this is for me. He kept saying, I promised myself 2 years ago that I was never going to share that. I think people kept coming, offering him money. Like, oh, I'll give you 50 grand. I'll give you 10 grand. I think at the grand total at the end was like upwards of 80 fucking grand that people were collectively willing to pay him just to show the screenshot that he was genuinely actually diagnosed with the thing he said he had. And still, he pretended to stand on principle. Like, what? No one fucking believes you, man. Brandy said, people like him are why I don't start a GoFundMe for my transplant. These people make a mockery of being sick and it ruins it for those of us who actually are and need help. Do you want to know? That's so fucked up, Brandy. I'm so sorry that people like him sully it and fuck it up for people that are actually struggling. But do you want to know where I think it comes from with Boogie specifically? I think Boogie, he has for his entire life, he has struggled with his weight and he has struggled with ill health as a result of his enormous weight. So I think he felt justified in lying about a different health issue that people would have compassion for him for, because for his entire life, every health ailment he's had, people have genuinely been like, just lose weight, stop eating the way that you do, live a healthier lifestyle. He was never able to garner any sympathy with the health ailments that he was suffering. I think that is part of the reason why he decided to lie about cancer, so he could finally get some amount of compassion and sympathy for his health ailments. Because all of the ones he was suffering with up until his lie, people were like, hey, it's basically as a result of your actions. Ugh. Doris Hayes says, I'm kidding. Boogie has some kind of arrested development. He's wild. You know what's fucked up too, Doris Hay? Um, after learning that he is willing to lie about something as serious as cancer, for me personally, and I'm sure for many others now, everything he's ever fucking claimed about his past, about his childhood, about his alleged traumas that have made him the person he is today, I question everything. Like, if you're willing to lie about cancer, what are you not willing to fucking lie about? Like, someone who's willing to lie to an audience of hundreds of thousands about having cancer and to take money from them to fraudulently fucking promote a bullshit crypto coin, a shit crypto coin, and then use that fictitious cancer as the reason for why you're not going to give the money back and why it was okay for you to fucking fraudulently lie to them in the first place. Like, somebody like that, what are they not going to lie about? To me, everything he's ever claimed now comes into question. I believe nothing. Dorsey says 80K. Does he have to have it for the 80K, or does he just have to show the test results? He needs to show the test results, and the test results need to say what he says. Like, I think we should hold on. I'm pretty sure I retweeted a highlights. I want to watch the highlights together because it's so ridiculous and it'll answer all your questions. And, you know, I can't believe that not more people talk about his fucking relationship. I'm sorry, but his relationship is so fucking creepy with his 19-year-old girlfriend. He is so obviously fucking manipulating her. And she is so obviously stunted in some way, emotionally and otherwise. And he takes full advantage of it. Like, did you guys ever watch that documentary, the recent documentary that he was in, that he was heavily criticized for? Where she was like, oh my God, they were in a tub together and she was like laid all over his naked, fucking enormous body. It was so grotesque. Everything in that fucking documentary was so grotesque and unfortunate and disturbing and disgusting. Like, the whole thing was a horror show, dude. Everything was a fucking horror show. Let me. Okay, here's the highlights, guys. Okay, we watching this shit together. Wait, where? Hold on. Can I not watch it on Twitter, man? Why can't you do that anymore? Whatever. Hold on. I'll share it on YouTube. My bad. Let me unshare Twitter. I'll share. This is so annoying. Why can't I just watch it on Twitter any longer? Okay, we're going to watch this together a little bit. I think it's necessary. especially because I'm definitely going to cover after tonight's fucking locale live stream for shit sure. Share screen. Boogie lied about his cancer. Okay, here are the highlights, guys. Or at least this is how it's titled. We'll skip around a bit to the best parts.
Those guys, we love the show. Only 20-year-old Zoomers who don't even have money to donate need that high energy fake bullshit.
I'm gonna quit.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not.
Dude, that is disgusting, Eric. Eric says he's 49, she's 20, and I'm pretty sure they got together when she was 19. How? Like, yeah, she's legal. To me, it's like, what the fuck does the year make a difference? Because, you know, people would criticize him heavily if she was under 18. To me, as a woman, as a girl, the year makes no fucking difference. If we're talking morally and grotesquerie or not, like, it's fucking disgusting. He obviously abuses her emotionally to such a degree. Like, the things he says to her, the way he talks about her, about their relationship, dude. And yes, he could be her fucking father. Miss Stripe says, I watched it. It's really gross. And he said he feels like he's getting the chance to raise her because she's slightly. What the? Oh my God. I'm sorry. But that is so like. He should be shamed. He should be fucking shamed for having sex with a young girl that he feels like he's raising, that he feels like he needs to raise. That is so fucking creep status.
This morning, and I said, well, instead of going out all, why don't we just thank everybody? And you're like, I got wings back. I'm like, all right. Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Now, Destiny, who we just criticized early for his political opinions about the whatever, he's a big part of this conversation. That's how he ties into this. I'm going to skip directly to the point where Destiny comes on, because it is Destiny who comes on and lets the cat out of the bag. Let's go straight to that portion.
You are faking.
No, don't move.
You are faking your cancer diagnosis, Boogie.
Okay, let's hear that.
And for those of you who don't know, the person who's speaking, I'm circling him with my cursor right now. This is Destiny. This is the political streamer that we were talking about in the beginning of this stream, who had that disgusting opinion about the fireman who caught a stray bullet at the Trump rally. Oy vey. I want you, those of you who don't know, I want you to be aware of that, just so you know.
Let's hear that.
Did the doctor ever tell you, or did he ever say the word cancer?
He said polycythemia vera, which is a form of cancer, as he explained it to me. And no, it is not secondary polycythemia, which is Nicholas Diorio's explanation for this bullshit.
So I think it is secondary polycythemia.
Well, then
can you
why
explain?
Why would he call it polycythemia vera? Why would he tell me that I have hormone markers?
You know, he's such a big fucking moron. He was handed on a silver platter. Like, if you guys listen to what's going on here and you listen to the conversation, Boogie's a fucking idiot. He's a moron. He could have, if he was smart, he would have chosen to run with this narrative instead of that he just straight up lied. People, the audience in general, people in general would have been way more understanding if he would have said, oh God, you know what? I think I made a mistake. I think you guys are right. I think I was diagnosed with that second one. And this whole time I've been mistaking it as the one that causes cancer, blah, blah, blah. He missed such a fucking opportunity that he was handed on a fucking silver platter. He's such a moron.
Markers in my blood that tells me I have polycythemia vera. Why does he order a bone marrow biopsy to confirm it?
Well, if he ordered a bone marrow biopsy to confirm it, it would be weird that you told us that you already had a diagnosis and a confirmation.
Because the markers are in my blood. The hormone markers are in my blood, Destiny.
Correct. But you said that you'd received.
I see him, Daimaru. Which messages of yours are disappearing? I've been responding to you a lot, Daimaru. I don't know. I don't see them disappearing on my end.
The diagnosis, but now you just told me you got a bone marrow biopsy.
It's a diagnosis, and now we're confirming. It's called a confirmation. The hormone markers are already in my blood.
Yep.
And
so I think
we are confirming it with the biopsy because I'm wanting to do that because I'm praying to God I don't have cancer.
He doesn't care.
I'm praying to God I'm taking the 1 in a million chance that they're wrong, and there's another reason I have the hormone.
He's such a bad liar on top of it all. Like, this was such a fucking mistake to not run with this narrative instead. He could have been called an idiot instead of a malicious, fraudulent, fucking outright liar. Like, what would you choose if you had to pick one? He could have at least come away with some level of understanding and support, but no. He decides to double down, tell the most ridiculous fucking lies on top of his already existing lies. And what this tells me is that this absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, was not a mistake on his part. He did this willfully, he did this purposely, and he did this absolutely to garner sympathy and make money from his supporters online, because his support was waning. Absolutely. And then this is his resurgence because of this podcast and because of his fake cancer. Like, all of it fucking tells a tale.
Hormone imbalances in my blood.
Yeah. Why are you praying to God 2 years after you said that you have cancer that you don't have cancer?
Because 2 years ago, they told me I have polycythemia vera based on the fact that I had increased red blood cell counts, increased hemoglobin, and the hormone markers in my blood. And it all spelled pretty definitively that I have this. And so he wanted to get a bone marrow biopsy, but it is intrusive and expensive, so they decided to forego it. I would like to still get it done because I am hopeful, I am praying that there's a fucking merciful God of the world that would be willing to fucking let this be wrong, even though it most certainly is not.
Do you hear the way that he double talks out of his own fucking neck? He makes no sense. He's such a bad liar. I will never understand those who choose to be fucking pathological, or maybe you don't choose to be a pathological liar. Maybe you just are one. But why almost all of the fucking time are they the worst fucking liars ever that I've ever seen in my fucking entire life? Ever.
So why are you talking about expensive cancer treatments if they don't even know if you have cancer? That nothing
because
has been.
They're treating it, because they've been treating it for 2 fucking years.
How are they treating it, Boogie?
Blood test, blood thinners, bloodletting, medications.
Yo, I've got to be honest, dude. Doris Hay. It is usually, this is the role that Destiny plays. Usually Destiny plays the role of truth teller. Usually he is the most sane in the room in terms of the discussions that he has. This is the reason why. Like, this is his character most of the time. He's coming in and being the truth teller. He's the one calling out a fucking egregious act from somebody else. This is the reason why his fucked opinion on the person, the innocent who caught a stray bullet at the Trump rally was so, it threw me for such a loop, because it is out of character for the most part for who Destiny is. I was so fucking, yes, he said, yo, I'm so glad you caught that, ham and beans. How did nobody else catch that? How was that not a huge topic of discussion in the live stream? Yes, he literally said fucking bloodletting. Like, this is fucking medieval times. There is nothing, there is no illness in the fucking world that bloodletting is good for. And there is nothing that in today's day and age that bloodletting is used for. He is so fucking ridiculous. He's just spewing shit out his fucking face. I'm so glad you caught that because no one fucking did.
Trying to get my weight down. I'm seeing the doctor every 3 fucking months. I'm doing blood tests every fucking month. We're doing
so they don't know if
what
you
do
have
you wanna
cancer or
know?
not. So can I understand
You want
this?
to hold my fucking hand?
Can I, yeah,
Sure, so I mean, I can explain. So I can explain everything, right?
All right.
So Boogie
Go
has
right
a
ahead.
condition called polycythemia, which means there's an elevation in
Polycythemia vera.
Let him talk, you fat. I want to hear the guy that actually knows something.
Polycythemia vera.
Destiny, go ahead.
Knows more.
I fucking love Tommy, by the way. I so love Tommy because I don't always agree with what he says, but I respect the hell out of that. He fucking stands on his principle no matter the fuck what. I respect that in a human being. And he's just overall fucking entertaining. I fucking love him.
About my fucking
Yes, I get it. Well, he's
go right the fuck ahead. I was in the fucking room. My girlfriend was in the fucking room and they told me.
you are
right
filibustering.
Destiny. Go right
You
the
are
fuck ahead.
filibustering,
Be
sir.
nice. Be nice.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead. Okay.
Yo, next he's gonna be like, oh, and they leeched me. Were they fucking throwing leeches on you as well? Fucking idiot.
So I think that Boogie was told that he has polycythemia, which means he has an elevation of his red blood cells. Now, there is a cancer known as polycythemia vera, which is caused by a mutation
really?
in some part of your body that causes an.
Wait a second. Is it really blood withdrawal? Blood withdrawal? But what do they call it? Bloodletting? Is blood withdrawal the same as bloodletting? To me, bloodletting is when they stick a spigot in you in medieval times and let it fucking pour out into a basin. If you're right and I'm wrong, then I apologize. It's just the use of the words bloodletting brings me back to fucking medieval fucking Game of Thrones times. I'm glad you looked it up. Is it the same though? Blood withdrawal has to be different than bloodletting. You wouldn't use those words. Like if he meant that, I don't think he would use the words bloodletting. I don't know. Could be wrong.
Elevation of 3 different levels of things you'll find. One of those is the red blood cell count. However, when Boogie was talking about the polycythemia, he mentioned a couple things that I thought were interesting. The first was that taking an exogenous hormone, TRT, testosterone, that caused an increase in him developing this condition. So taking testosterone will not cause you to develop a cancer. That doesn't, not for this particular cancer, it won't. It will cause you to develop secondary polycythemia. The second thing that he mentioned was that his doctor ordered a sleep study. That's because one of the things that can cause.
Okay, I don't want to hear this. I want to get to the point where Keem and him start talking because you guys need to hear the shit that he spews about him standing on principle and how why he refuses to share the evidence of him actually having this fictitious fucking condition. Let's skip to this part. Yikes.
Listen to
Nope.
what I'm saying.
No. 0% chance.
Listen up.
This might have turned out differently had he messaged me the night before.
Listen, Keem is about to give him the best and the only out that Boogie is ever gonna get. And still, Boogie is too fucking stupid to take this gift that Keem is handing him on a fucking silver platter.
We had a conversation.
Yeah. You wouldn't have nagged him for a whole night not to come
Right.
out.
Yeah.
Why the whole thing was not just a confirmation? Because I don't know. I have no
Okay.
idea.
All right. Well, hey, thanks a lot, guys.
Take care,
Cool.
Destiny.
We'll take it later.
Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Good night, guys.
Yeah, have a pleasant evening.
You too.
All right, listen, Boogie. Look, you got to understand this. All right. Tomorrow, the biggest story in the world is going to be Boogie2988 lied about his cancer.
Good. Let him go.
Okay.
Good,
And
let him
then
go.
at some point, you're going to bring out the medical papers and you're going to
Nope.
prove that you
Nope.
do have cancer. Listen to
Nope.
me. Listen to
Nope.
what I'm saying.
No. 0% chance.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen. And then it's going to be too fucking late because everyone's going to
ever
think you
gonna do
lied
it.
about.
I ain't never going to do it.
Then you
Ain't
lied.
never.
Then you
Go
lied.
right ahead. Run
Why the
with
fuck would
that
you
story.
lie about that?
I didn't. I'm telling you the same thing I told Jackson Clark 2 years ago. Go fuck yourself. It's my medical records. Go fuck yourself.
Yo, and it's so funny. He has at least 30 fucking times. He keeps referencing this person, Jackson Clark, and nobody knows who this person is or what the fuck he's talking about. But he keeps referencing this person. And of course, this person fucking appeared. The infamous Jackson Clark fucking appears on Twitter. I'll show you those tweets in a little bit.
You share every aspect of your life. Bro, Boogie, you shared that you have hookers. You've done all this embarrassing stuff. You're lying.
Oh, there's plenty of things I haven't shared. There's plenty of things I haven't shared, but go right ahead. Print what you got to print.
Oh, this is actually so fucking sad, Boogie.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is.
This is like fucking horrible.
It is what it is. And it's so funny because I'm looking at my portal right now.
Yo, and speaking of which, hold on. What did somebody say? Somebody just talked about leeches. Daimaru says, I do know they actually still use leeches in medical practice today. Yes, absolutely. In fact, do you know I watch a girl on YouTube who has her own leeches and she uses them for some type of clotting issue that she has. So I know that there are still practical uses for leeches for many different things. But I'm just saying, like, he was literally just spewing shit out of his fucking face. He's lying is the point. You're about to see that with your own fucking eyes that he's lying.
No.
Show us.
No. You.
Let me put out a scenario. It sounds like the doctor said that you had this, disease or whatever, the high red cell, and then you Googled it and it's, oh, this is cancer. And you ran with it. And you made the video. And then you found out later that you got the form of it that doesn't have cancer, and you can't fucking set the record straight. That's what it sounds like to me.
It sounds like, I got to be honest.
If that is what happened, then I'm still confused as of right now. Do you understand that? Because the last conversation I had with my doctor, we are ordering these tests, we are ordering these treatments, and I'm going to do them. So
at this point, I thought that Boogie was going to take it. I thought he was going to take the gift that Keem had just given him, and it would have been much less backlash if this was actually what had occurred. But no. He doubles, triples, quadruples the fuck down. Makes such a fucking fool of himself.
Why is he asking?
What Destiny's saying they wouldn't ask?
Why is he asking me to do them otherwise?
Because he's checking to see if you have cancer, but he wouldn't have given you a biopsy if you already had it. That's what Destiny's saying.
Blood markers are there. I want to buy.
One minute. Chat, do you understand what I'm saying? Hold on. Be quiet for a second. Chat, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
The doctor says, hey, Boogie, you have this. Boogie sits there, Googles it up.
Yes, Keem, you are being an excellent fucking friend, and you just handed him on a silver platter the only fucking excuse that he could have given, and he throws it right out the window because he is a fucking horror cow for life, and he's too stupid to take the gift that you're fucking trying to hand him.
And sees cancer linked to it, rushes home to fucking make a video and let everyone know he has cancer without fucking figuring out which version of this is, which sounds like,
and that's why they refer me to a blood
which sounds like it's not the fucking cancer version. That's what it sounds like.
Yup.
Then if that's the case, it's a big fucking surprise.
And you've been running with.
Did you feel an obligation? The fact that you shared this publicly. All right, I can understand not showing your medical. He looks certainly Destiny or.
Can we just all talk about that? Boogie has a fucking history of sharing like egregious horrors, traumatic allegations and horrors that have allegedly occurred to him throughout his life to pander and for sympathy on the fucking internet. So this is not out of the realm of his fucking repertoire. This is Boogie shit. You know what I mean? This is right in line with what the fuck he does and has always done.
Or anybody else or me, not entitled to medical records, but you have shared this and used this on a lot of issues, including in private with me. Well, like, I'm having a bad cancer day. You've said that. Those are words you've used.
Wow.
With me. If you've gone to the public with this, don't you have an obligation to put it to rest? A moral
No,
obligation.
I would rather go ahead and fucking burn.
That's not the question. Actually, it's the question.
Oh, you're lying.
I would
why?
rather burn.
Why would you
Ask-
rather
answer the
burn? Why won't
question.
you prove it? You're lying. You're
Yeah.
fucking, I know you too
Same
well.
reason I told Jackson.
I
Clark
know
2
you
years
too well.
ago.
You're lying.
God.
Why?
This
Dude,
is the one
stop
fucking
lying.
thing. This is the one fucking thing I'm
my
keeping to
God.
myself. This is the
No,
one thing I'm
you
keeping
can
to
say
myself.
that.
Why?
But like, it just makes you look like a liar, and everybody's gonna run.
This is the one, like, who does he think is believing this shit, man? This is the one thing he's keeping to himself. He keeps saying, this is for me. This is for me. This is the one thing. I told myself 2 years ago, this was the one thing. Like, he has shared some of the most personal, fucked up shit that has allegedly happened to him in his life, yet he refuses to show, like, it doesn't even make sense, man. Like, oh God, when someone is a liar and a fucking idiot and a bad person all rolled into one, this is like, he's just fucking terrible. Like, no coming back from it, can't be helped. Terrible. Yuck.
Like you
Good.
are a liar.
Good. They already
Like-
do. They already will.
And
I know
understand
you too
why
well.
you're doing
I
that.
know you too well.
I
He's
understand
lying,
why
bro.
you're doing it. You're
God
thinking like,
damn.
if I don't confirm that, I know I don't have polycythemia vera, there's always doubt out there. But people are not going to doubt. They're just going to
Oh, I
assume
know.
that
Yeah, no,
everything
I delete everything.
Can
as of today. It's
you
over.
answer my question?
But I'm
You
still
really,
not going to do it.
yeah, I'm not asking you to
Yeah.
do it or not do it. I'm asking you a moral question. If you've shared this with your fans and you've been,
Yep.
and don't you have a moral obligation under these particular circumstances? I don't
Perhaps, and if
To-
I
to
do,
show 'em that-
Dude, Tommy is right, but you can't try to have fucking moral arguments with someone like Boogie. He obviously don't give a fuck for morality. Like, come on, that's a silly thing to try and, convince him with.
I am going to perhaps, and if I do, then I'm going to ignore that moral obligation here in favor of keeping one last shred of privacy in my life. I shouldn't have shared it to begin with. It was a very
Privacy? See, this is why it doesn't make sense. What the fuck is the difference? How can he sit there and claim that he refuses to share it for privacy reasons if you have verbally told hundreds of thousands of people that you have this condition, yet the one thing you refuse to show for your own privacy's sake is the proof that you have this condition that you told everybody you have, and use that as an excuse for why you fucking grifted money from them? Like, it doesn't make sense. How come nobody has sat here and told him how this fucking logic doesn't make sense at all? It pisses me off because they sit here and they try to argue. They try to reason with him for far too fucking long. Like, they entertain his bullshit, and Mr. Medicare is about to come on. Too many entertain his bullshit for far too long. And listen, I get it. It's for sake of the show, and it was an excellent fucking stream. So kudos to them. They were just prolonging it for entertainment's sake, but it was so fucking hard to watch.
stupid decision. I knew no one would give it, including the people that are here. I should have never fucking shared it. It should have stayed a private thing.
Boogie, hear me out.
It was
You can't
very
use it
Hear me out.
anymore anyway. Whether you show it or
Boogie,
not.
That's another thing that he loves to do, and that's very Boogie. Damaru says also, basically, he threatens he will self-delete rather than show any proof. That is, he delete baits. That is his fucking, that's his MO. That is what he does. That's what Boogie do. Like, ill, man. Can you imagine? This is your fucking, this is who you are. This is how people are gonna fucking remember you. Oh my God. I can't believe people like this exist in our world. And even more so, I can't believe that because she's beautiful. His girlfriend, aside from being incredibly too young for him, she is genuinely like top tier beautiful. I can't believe that she's with him. for so many different fucking reasons. I feel so sorry for her. Somebody needs to save that girl. Somebody needs to fucking save
Just
her.
listen to me for a second, right?
Sure.
What my theory is right. I know it is. I know you rushed to make that video thinking you actually had cancer and you found out later you didn't. And you
That would be a
obviously
surprise to me.
That is so incredibly kind and positive of Keem to even think, like, to give him benefit of the doubt in saying that, because in my opinion, Boogie always knew he never had cancer. He never ever thought he had cancer, ever. I think he got that first diagnosis, what Destiny said, and then he looked it up, and then he read online that you can have a version of it that can become like akin to cancer of the blood. And I think that's when he learned that information, that that's a possibility. That's when he decided to lie to the internet and make a couple cool thou for sympathy, fake cancer money. I do not believe he ever genuinely thought he had this.
As of the last conversation I had with my
No,
doctor.
you're
Go ahead.
lying. You're lying. I
Go ahead.
know that's how this played out. I know it
Okay.
did.
No.
Let's say that. Let's say you're not lying. All right. And
I would
tell
have
me the
shared it
truth
2
right
years
now.
ago if I was going to share it. I would have sent it to
Okay.
Jackson 2 years ago.
Okay, hear me out.
I would have sent
Let's
it
say
2
you're
years
not
ago.
lying.
understand. Listen to
Your
her.
your response to all this and like,
Yeah.
nah, you can
It
look
is
at my medical
ridiculous.
records when I'm dead.
It's
Just how
fucking
you're
ridiculous.
saying it and how you're talking
makes it
and
worse.
how defeated you are. It's like
Yep.
you know that you've been caught.
I came across this particular. I always knew this day would come, that I would either have to choose between showing my medical records.
I believe he also knew that this day would come. And I think that if things had played out differently, if he wasn't accused of it first and he didn't outright deny it, I think he would have used this as his reason. If Destiny wasn't the one who came and accused him of it in the first place, I think he was probably diagnosed with the one that is similar in namesake but does not mean cancer. I think he looked it up and decided to run with the cancer one instead. And then if his feet were ever held to the fire, he would then say, "Oh, I made the mistake. I misinterpreted, blah blah blah." But because Destiny came in, he took that away from him. Oh, what an
To
idiot.
somebody, or have the internet say that I fake cancer. And the internet is now going to say I fake cancer because I'm going to stand on the decision I made 2 years ago,
Oy.
which is this is for me. This is the one I would rather go. And this is fine. I'll leave the internet.
That
after
doesn't
this.
make
That's
no
good.
what
I
who's
know,
gonna
listen.
believe that? But Tommy, do you
care who
believe
believes it.
that?
Nobody's
Literally nobody, because it makes no fucking sense. This is for me. You have verbally told everybody, yet somehow for some fucking reason you can't prove it. You can tell them, but you can't prove it. That is so fucking childish, ridiculous. I can't even handle that this is a grown 50-year-old fucking adult.
Gonna
Do you believe that?
Nobody's gonna fucking believe
Medical
it.
records
don't
are
care.
for me. He tells everybody his medical issues. He's
Sure.
over here. I got high
Yeah,
blood
this, it's
pressure.
like, this
I
is
got
one
this.
thing I'm going to hold on to. Like, it's actually.
Yeah, no
personal,
one
man.
is gonna believe that
It's the worst.
Yeah, I'd rather just go and leave the internet. I mean, I'll be honest with you. And nobody
because
has
you're
to believe it. I don't
guilty.
care.
No. That's not actually Boogie, Ham and Beans. That account is not actually Boogie. That's somebody else. It's a parody. That's not really Boogie. I retweeted them. It's not actually Boogie. Boogie, oh, that's another thing, guys. For those of you who don't know, after this live stream, after he faced all of this backlash, no, not even. After he faced all of this criticism from the people in this stream, Boogie deactivated all of his social medias to try and avoid the backlash that he was definitely going to get on Twitter. So he absolutely deactivated his Twitter. And is he back? His real one is back? Yo, tag me on it, Ham and Beans, because I saw somebody who follows me that made a tweet. That the one I saw was not him. Can you tag me in it? Tag me in it if he's actually back. Maybe he's back because they're about to go live. Hold on, let me look. Did he tweet anything? Yo, can you tag me in his real account if he's really back? In 2.5 hours, he's going on Locale Live to face the music. Yo, that I can't wait. I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be there with fucking bells on. I hope you guys are going to be watching too. I can't wait to hear what he's going to say. What do you guys think he's going to do? Do you think he's finally going to fucking own up? I don't know what's going to happen. This is what I think. These are the two options of what I think he's going to do, okay? I think he is either one, going to produce a fictional fucking crafted screenshot now that says he has these diagnoses, or he's going to, after the fact, he's going to try and grab the gift that Keem was trying to give him and say, oh, hey guys, I spoke to my doctors and guess what? I was mistaken. Destiny was right. I was diagnosed with that first one. It was an honest mistake, guys. I was so scared. I ran with the worst option. That's what I always do because I've had so much trauma in my life. I just assumed the worst and I ran with it. And there was a miscommunication between me and my doctors. You know what I forgot to tell you guys, and we didn't get to that part yet? Do you know at one fucking point in this live stream, he legitimately has the fucking fat audacity to say that maybe his doctor lied to him for clout? He fucking legitimately says that shit. He legitimately says, I don't know, maybe my doctor lied to me that I have cancer for fucking clout. I can't even handle it. Yeah, Kayla, I'm thinking that the second thing I said is going to be what happens as well. But it would have had a lot more fucking impact if he would have taken that gift at the immediate time that it was handed to him. Maybe I would have been inclined to believe it a little bit more. But like, listen, you can't run with that now. Now it's fucking obvious that you're choosing the lesser of evils, asshole. Like, we fucking see you. He's a piece of shit, just through and through. He's a sad sack. He's a sad fucking case. Fucking irredeemable. Guys. Fucking irredeemable. I can't wait to see which one occurs. Let's watch a little bit more of this because it gets real ridiculous.
Because you're fucking guilty.
I
That's
don't
why
want you to leave the
internet.
internet. It's a great story for Lockout for years to come. This
No,
show just
I'm-
got legs.
No, I'm
Yeah,
good.
I'm sorry, Wings. Does he seem guilty to you right now?
Yeah.
He's either guilty or his doctor's doing medical malpractice.
I'm
Right.
fucking defeated, is what I fucking am. I always knew this day would come. And I
You
always
know what disgusts the fuck out of me even more? He's such a grotesque, disgusting display of fucking human being. Dude, he is still managing to somehow try and play the fucking victim when he is the fucking lying perpetrator this entire time. Like, can you believe the fucking enormous fucking obese audacity of this motherfucker still sitting here trying to play the fucking victim? I can't even handle the grotesquerie on display.
knew when I
You
signed
know,
the
it is a
show
lot
would
more
be hard to show.
forgivable if you started with this whole thing and found out later you didn't do it. Because Keem's theory is pretty solid, I think, that you thought,
I mean,
you honestly thought
we
initially.
we are going to have another conversation with my doctor, and if I'm very confused here,
Like, y'all, this whole community, you want to talk about a fat person that deserves the fucking hate and the vitriol? I found one for you, okay? Like, this motherfucker is guilty of so many egregious, fucked up moral crimes. Like, if you want to hate somebody and feel vindicated in doing so, I have found you a prime fucking candidate.
I hope he'll clarify, but it won't do me any good anyway.
Would you,
Okay.
would you let
No,
somebody,
I'm
would you,
I'm
would you
going
let
to
somebody
confirm
film,
with him once
Once good with
again.
me. The dude's
Hey,
I will.
would you let
I
somebody
will-
go film that doctor's visit?
No, wait. Let me
No.
go, Wings. Let me
You.
go, Wings.
I'm not going to record my fucking doctor so these sick fucks can attack him. Go fuck
No,
yourself.
no, we're
Mhm.
bringing the doctor on your podcast. The doctor's going to come on and explain. I'm serious.
That's
He's coming out here.
0% chance.
Why?
yeah,
That's a
Why?
0%
Why?
chance.
There's a 0% chance because Boogie is lying. He's been a fucking lying to everybody.
You know it's going to help the show. You're the one
I'm a
person.
Can you imagine saying to your fucking friends, like not even publicly for public sympathy, but just to them in private when you're lying about cancer? Because I forgot who said this, but they said it earlier in the stream. They said that he said to them, "Oh, I'm having a really bad cancer day today," in private. And you're knowingly fucking lying to your friends in private also about cancer. Like, that is so fucking unforgivable. Like, on a personal level, for these people who consider themselves friends of his, man.
He was my family doctor
Out
of
the
10,
show.
12 years.
Get him on the show. I'll all the
You.
paperwork.
You.
I'll pay him for an appearance.
You.
Get that doctor
You.
on the fucking
That's
show.
my fucking doctor. Go.
And I want
fuck
him on the
yourself.
show to explain your illness.
Absolutely not.
Or we can
Why?
remind you.
Because you're
You know,
lying.
He's my fucking doctor. Because he's kept me alive for over a
I
decade.
know you too well. I know you too well. You're lying.
Keep it going.
You
Keep it
are
going.
fucking lying to
All right.
all of us. To
Hey,
all
we
the
could send
fans.
we could send somebody in.
I'm trying to
Dr.
find the spot on the portal for the
We could
record,
have
by the way.
I'm gonna skip to now where Medicare comes on. Let's skip ahead to that part. That's when it gets real ridiculous because, like I said, these people are really entertaining his bullshit and and I understand. Listen, I'm not criticizing. It was just very annoying to watch, but I get it that they were entertaining his bullshit for comedic effect and for entertainment and for lol cow's sake. And in that sense, good job. This was one of the most iconic fucking live streams to date. So kudos, but it was really fucking hard to watch at the time. Just how much everybody was entertaining his shit. Here's Medicare.
Walk me through why Destiny believes you're faking the cancer.
He doesn't know the difference between polycythemia vera and secondary polycythemia, and he thinks that I've gotten confused between the two, and that somehow I'm so stupid as to. I think that's the. Am I missing?
And for those of you who don't know who Mr. Medicare is, Mr. Medicare is a very popular streamer who actually did or does have cancer, and he too was called a liar by his naysayers. And guess what he did? He got on stream and he showed evidence of his cancer diagnosis, which he is about to talk about.
Something there?
You're missing a big portion.
What am I
Jim,
missing?
what he's missing is to disprove Destiny's whole claims, and because Destiny made a solid case he didn't have polycythemia vera. All he has to do is show that a diagnosis from a doctor from his patient portal that he has polycythemia.
Oh my God, Kayla. Like, listen, I watch it every here and there. And it's usually good with this type of pathetic fuckery and dishonesty. Most of the time, it's Keem yelling at everybody for not doing their work on time or not caring enough about the podcast. It's all highly entertaining, but none has ever been as explosive until this one. But if you're bored, it's worth a watch. But like I said, most of the time it's Keem just yelling at everybody for not having any fucking work ethic and him being the only person interested in paying their fucking mortgages, etc. It's fucking kind of amazing.
Vera.
And I'm looking at it right now. And
he refuses to do it.
And Jim, here's my ongoing theory. I think he was diagnosed with this disease or whatever, the non-cancer type.
Yep.
And he rushed to the internet, which he already confirmed as soon as he was
kind. That is way too kind of Keem to say that or think that. I think Boogie always knew he had the non-cancerous type, but he did a little googly doing and he said, oh, hey, there's something that sounds similar that does mean cancer. I'm going to run with that on the internet for cancer ass pats and money-making ability. And then if and when my feet are held to the fire, I'll just be like, hey, I made a mistake, but fucking Destiny beat me to the punch and I was too stupid to admit it then, like I had planned all along. This is my theory, by the way, allegedly.
was told he had this. He ran and made a video and then found out it's the non-cancer one after he already told the internet he had cancer. Because that's what Destiny really hit him on. That Boogie has a certain
Like, yo, legitimately, Kayla, that is what most of the streams entail. So if you really enjoyed that, then really, really subscribe, turn your notifications on, because that is 99.9% of the fucking live streams is him yelling at them at what fat fucking losers they are and how much they don't give a shit and how he's doing all the work. And he very clearly is. Like, it's clear to see. It's amazing. You should watch it.
disease that's not cancer. Now, there's a similar name one that is. And Boogie, all he has to do is prove it. He's got the paperwork right in front of him. All he has to do is show the internet that he actually does have this, and he refuses to do it.
Well, and here's the thing, because I did a stream, because I had people saying, "Oh, you're faking cancer, Jim." So I showed my diagnoses and stuff like that. I'm going to guess he's working on a system similar to Epic, which most medical people do. You should be able to go right into diagnoses, and it's going to list everything that a doctor's ever said you had.
Yep, I just read it to him.
You know what I think, Eric? Do you know, I'm glad you brought that up. Eric says when Boogie gets naked on live as a form of protest, I genuinely believe that he got naked in hopes that that would end the stream. I genuinely feel like he was being too embarrassed. He was being too called out. And I think that he genuinely felt like him getting naked and showing his dick and his grotesque fucking visage. I think that he thought that it was going to end the stream to protect the channel. And that's not what happened. They must be on some type of a delay, because even watching live, the screen just went black. So they must know his fucking antics. I don't know what, but it seemed to me like that was a tactic to try and end his fucking stream suffering. Let me know if you agree or if you disagree and why.
Okay, and so it lists the cancer there?
Yes.
Okay, so you could screen cap that and just show it. I mean, that's what I did, and then that would be the end of it.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's going to be so fucking amazing, Kayla. Do you know, depending on how this live stream goes, I may go live directly after it's done. Like, if it's amazing and if I feel so inclined, depending on how things go, I may go live directly afterwards to discuss the fucking aftermath. I can't wait to see. I cannot wait to see how he handles this. I'm going to be so fucking annoyed and disgusted either way, I'm sure.
And I made the decision 2 years ago that I would not do that. And I would rather leave the internet than to give the last shred of fucking privacy I have left.
Well, no, and here's the thing. I understand the privacy argument.
What do you mean, Medicare, that you understand the privacy argument? What do you mean? Now, listen, I know I'm saying that, but I'm imagining that Medicare is just placating him on purpose, with purpose. I think all of these people are doing and saying what they're doing with purpose. And I respect it for sake of the show. But as a human, I'm like, stop it. He's clearly fucking lying. Like, just stop,
And we went public with it.
No. Let me finish. I mean, you can redact information. There's no issue with that. But just show. I mean, it literally is just a page that says patient diagnoses, and then it lists what you have. It doesn't tell you who the doctor is. It doesn't tell you what hospital you go to. It literally just says the disease name.
And I won't be doing that.
But I don't understand why not.
Because he doesn't have cancer. He does have cancer.
Yeah, that's going to be the narrative they'll go with. So that's
well. No, I mean, I'm
dude, look at the way he still has the fucking audacity to play. Oh my god! How can you play victim when you're the fucking liar? I can't handle it.
But you're trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. When I kicked on you for the crypto thing, man, I said I'd take your word that you had cancer. I'd take your word that the medical shit's expensive.
Dude, I'm probably gonna, Kayla. Kayla, Eric, Silvana, everybody who wants me to go live after, don't worry, because I'm probably definitely going to. There has not been there's not been a topic on the internet that I'm more emotionally invested in personally like this for quite some time. So I am almost guaranteeing you that I'm going to be pissed off, disgusted, and disturbed enough to boot up a fucking live stream as soon as they sign off. So don't worry, we'll discuss it together, guys.
Yep.
So I mean, I this seems like
I
the easiest
spent
thing
2 years treating a disease that doesn't exist. These people used to be my friends,
Oh,
and I genuinely would have never believed it would even come to
what
this.
do you mean these people used to be your friends? They are actively being good friends to you. You are arguably the shitty fucking friend in this scenario. I can't handle how much of a terrible, pathological fucking loser and perpetual victim this enormous fucking infant is. Like, I can't. How does this woman fuck him? How does this woman willingly fuck him? Ew, I can't even handle any of this.
And I'm just rather be done, man. I'm good. I'm good.
You're playing this as some kind of backstab. I mean, anybody.
No,
can do it.
not at all.
Don't
Not
be
at all.
backstab.
Do you think
Not
I
at all.
backstabbed you by having Destiny on?
No, not at all.
One of the biggest streamers coming on our show,
I feel
Lockout
like-
Live.
Silvana, did you watch? Silvana, did you watch that fucking documentary? Because there is a huge portion that focuses on him and his girl and their relationship. And even in the documentary, he is emotionally manipulating her, guilt tripping her. It is so disgusting and predatory. He lost almost all of the very little support he had left after that fucking documentary came out. That was like the death knell for him. Yikes. If you've not seen it, you must.
I feel like this could have been a private conversation, and I would have shown you, Keem, specifically.
Yo, it's one of those documentaries that you feel fucking icky after you're done watching it. You don't enjoy any part of it, not while you're watching it, not the thinking that you do after it. All parts of it are fucking icky. And that's the perfect word to use is icky.
Oh, wait. Okay, how about this?
Yeah.
Instead of playing to the audience, like I get it. I get you've got a podcast going. I get the drama thing.
Ooh, okay, interesting conversation, Kayla. Kayla says, here's what I want to know. Does his child bride know he was lying the whole time? I think she has been skeptical about what he has, but doesn't care to ask for details. I think she just listens to whatever he says and doesn't question it. I'm so glad you brought that up. This is what I think. This is because there's a point where in this stream he calls her into frame. This is what I think. I think he lies to her immensely. I think she definitely knows he's lying too. I think that she's in on it to some degree and that he tells her, oh, this is all internet stuff. This is me playing a character. I think like Francis is his character where he's a big baby that complains and stuff. I think he must tell her that Boogie2988 is also a character and that Boogie2988 is the kind of guy who lies about cancer and who puts on this show with his friends on Locale Live. I think he is lying to everybody all the time. That's what I think.
I get all of that, and there's a lot of it getting flung around.
Yeah, I'm not playing to any audience.
No. What I'm saying is, could you screen cap that, and then pick one of these three guys because you've worked with them, and show. And
there is also an absolute possibility, and I entertain this as well, that he is also lying to her as well. that is definitely a possibility that he lies to her the same way he lies to the internet. I don't know. It could be either, could be or. With somebody like Boogie, who is so willing and capable of lying to this degree, you never can fucking tell. And there's not a bridge too fucking far. You feel me? There's no line he's not willing to fucking cross, obviously.
Show them, but nobody else, because I'm sure everybody would.
That's something I could do, and I will never do it. Never do it. But between now and when I die, they'll never fucking see it.
Because I don't know, like I don't know your relationship.
I'll have it tweeted when I'll have it tweeted.
I agree with you, but here's my thing, Kayla. Kayla says, I think he wants sympathy from her too, so I think he would want her to think he's sickly too. Here's the reason why I feel how I felt the first thing I said. He is sickly though, but it's as a result of his enormous weight and his obesity. So I think he does have some severe health issues, and he already manipulates her with those. I think there could be a possibility that he could convince her that it's okay to lie to the internet about him having cancer, because people, for the most part on the internet, do not have sympathy or compassion for his health struggles regarding his weight, because they see it as it's partly his fault. But with something like cancer, I think he may have posed it to her as, oh, this is a good way to make money. You know what I mean? It could be either or, though. I think you could be right as well. He definitely could be lying to her about the cancer as well. I just think there may be no need to, because he already successfully manipulates her with his existing health struggles as is. Kayla says he made the screenshot for her to look at, and she didn't even look at it. She hardly glanced. See, that's what I mean. I think that he sells to her that this is all for the show. I genuinely feel like he tells her, like, oh, whatever you hear me say online, that's just me playing a character. Disregard it. It's all for the show. It's all for entertainment's sake. He probably lies to her and says, you know, all the guys are in on it as well. Like Keem, Tommy C, Wings of Redemption. They're all in on it. They know. They're all, you know, we're all playing it out for the show. See, this was the greatest show we've ever done. See, I was fucking trending on Twitter. See, success. This is what happens when you lie about cancer. Success. You know what I mean? I think it could go either way with this motherfucker.
When I'm dead, don't worry about that.
But I guess
they'll see when I'm gone.
But if they're giving you this accusation, right? I don't get why it would shut them up immediately, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then nobody else would ever have to see it. You keep your privacy.
Sure would.
I don't understand why you wouldn't be willing. I mean, that just seems weird to me.
I'm good.
They told you that you had this disease. You Googled it, saw it was linked to cancer, and you rushed to make a fucking video that you have cancer. And then you found out later that you don't, but you had to continue the lie.
Yeah, that'll be the story you guys will tell and enjoy.
What do you mean? It's not a story. I know this is how it played out.
Like a fucking petulant 5-year-old. Do you hear him? Yeah, that'll be the story you guys will tell. Yup, that'll be the narrative everybody runs with, because that's the truth, asshole idiot. Only it's a little bit more malicious than your good friend Keem here is fucking very favorably painting it for you. I think he always maliciously knew he did not have cancer, and he maliciously told the internet he did so he could gain sympathy and money. Like, hooray, fucking A.
I know it is.
Is there anybody? Okay, let's say you've got issues with them, right?
Yeah.
Is there anybody?
Seen it? My roommate's seen it.
Well, no. I mean, aside from somebody that lives with you, like a Coffee Zeller or some neutral,
most confident people. No, there's
but I mean, like a neutral third party.
Other than my most confident people that I trust, I would know. No, I'm not. And even in that, I wouldn't do that. I could call Desi in here right now, and she would. And I won't even do that. I won't even do that. No, thank you. I'm good.
I mean, it looks bad.
He does that. He won't even do that. He eventually fucking does do that, by the way. He eventually does call Desi into the room, yet he still won't show the fucking screenshot that he allegedly has in his fucking hand, the liar.
You understand that? It looks terrible.
Yes, I know. I'm good.
Can I ask you, I mean, when you got the diagnosis, how did they diagnose you? Can you say that at least?
Yes, we did a blood test, which we do every 3 months or 6 months regularly. They saw that my red blood cell counts were up. We had a conversation about that. I didn't think
Silvana, I have got to tell you, listen, I do not enjoy people who make me a mean, bad person. Boogie makes me fucking hateful. He makes me fucking hateful. Like, it comes to the point where I end up hating his fucking face because of the smugity in his voice, because of how stupid he thinks or hopes we all are, because of how bad he is at all of this. And the way he keeps playing victim and the way he keeps threatening self-deletion, like anybody is gonna beg him off the fucking ledge. Like, please do it at this point, asshole. Stop trying to threaten the world with that. Like, we all know you're doing it for manipulation purposes. Like, fuck, I can't stand people like this. I genuinely can't. There is nothing or nobody that makes me angrier or more hateful as a fucking individual.
terribly much about it. He said he wanted to check for blood markers for polycythemia vera. They look for a specific hormone in the blood that is produced. They found it. He called me and let me know that they found it, that means I have polycythemia vera and that we were going to treat it, but the treatment plan doesn't change very much because you cannot treat the cancer directly, so you have to treat the symptoms. And so for the last 2 years, we've been doing that. And one of the things I would like to do is because there is a chance that those blood markers are being brought on from another reason, even though it's invasive and expensive and pretty pointless. I was going to go ahead and push for the bone marrow biopsy because I would very much, now that I have a girlfriend and somebody that I love in my life, I would very much like for them to be wrong. And it's like a 1 in 1,000 shot, but I thought I would take it.
So I had a growth on the top of my head. It looked like a port wine stain. Nobody really gave it much.
I would just like to say, if there were any fucking chance, any significant percentage that this test could prove that he does not have this fictitious fucking cancer, the doctors, it would not be oh, my doctors are telling me I don't need it. Like, that's not a fucking thing. Does he think that we're all fucking stupid? Did we miss the part of the conversation where he claims that the cancer he's got is the Animal Crossing of cancers? I think we're about to get there. I hope we didn't fucking miss it.
Thought
it gets
go and
real
get some,
ridiculous.
Steroids. It's some, we don't know what it is. And for like a year, it was just flat, no issues. And then it started like wildly growing. And the doctor's like, shit, I don't know what this is. You should go into dermatology. So I go into dermatology. And the guy's like, oh, we gotta fucking biopsy this thing. We gotta take a look at this shit. So they do the biopsy. They're like, we've got to set it in for cell staining.
I'm starting to fast forward.
If I tweet this tomorrow, it's not going to change anything. I'm just done. It doesn't matter.
It would make everybody executing you. And you take his mortgage, fire his ass. I'll take his mortgage.
Get on
your
fucking
show.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, Medicare on here because we actually do need a host with cancer.
Yeah, that's true.
But why? Why? Aside from this, if you walk away from the show, but why?
This is too much, man.
Dude, the problem is it's taken so long for you to even get that screenshot. By the time you send us the screenshot, people are going to be like, well, he made it.
Yeah, the damage already done.
He made a fake screenshot at that time.
Exactly. There is no way.
Is that, I'm telling you right now, if that's what he fucking comes with, if that is what he fucking comes to the live stream tonight with, what do you guys think in stream? Can we please do a poll? Do you guys think he's going to come with a fake screenshot? What do you think? Like, because I can't decide. I know it's one of the two. I think he's either going to come with a fake fucking screenshot or he's going to finally decide to say, oh yeah, I made the mistake, blah, blah, blah. What do you guys think? Do you think fake screenshot? Do you think he's going to have made fake paperwork? Because that's definitely a possibility. It seems to me as though he's not willing to even admit that he made the mistake situation. Like, it seems like he's not seeing that as the lesser of two evils. It seems as though he sees that as defeat in and of itself. And yes, thank you, Silvana. Please like the stream if you haven't. Please hit the like on the stream. It helps a lot. If you're signed in, please hit the thumbs up. And Eric says he's in the Cyrax level tier minus the predator part, but the girl's age. You want to know why he might be worse, Eric? He might be worse because he's really out here actually fucking young girls. I don't know what's worse. What's worse? Cyrax, somebody who tries to fuck young girls but is never ever going to be able to make physical contact, or this motherfucker who's actually making fucking physical contact with young, impoverished, fucking have no other choices, have no father, young girls. I think he may be worse, Eric. I think Boogie may be a worse fucking predator. That's fucking insane.
Way out of it. It's already over.
I'm gonna FaceTime. I guess Desi's phone, and then show me on FaceTime right now.
No,
on your phone.
No, there is no. Oh, I've already been offered $10,000 plus a free trip to Disney World, and the answer is
well,
no.
nobody likes Disney World. $10,000.
I agree with you too, Silvana. That's why I'm thinking. Silvana says no matter what he does, it doesn't take time to show a screenshot. When he shows a screenshot tonight, it's too late. No one believes now. I agree with you. That's why I don't think he's going to show, although, do you know what he may do? I think it's too late for him to show a screenshot. I think it's too late for him to show the screenshot everybody was asking for. But you know what? It's not too late. If he went in, and because there are so many different websites, there are so many different programs that I have pre-installed on my fucking computer that you can go in and make a fictitious document. I think he could come with fake documents. That could be a possibility. I think it's far too late to show the screenshot that everybody was asking for. But if he threw a curveball and came with some unasked for documents that prove it, who knows? Who the fuck? And because of HIPAA laws, there is really no way to authenticate if these documents are real or not. So I'm really wondering if this is the way he's gonna fucking go. I cannot wait to see it. Kayla says, I do not think he'll try to show any proof or documentation. All lip service tonight is my bet. He has to do something though, Kayla. He has only two fucking options. He cannot. I'm telling you, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. If tonight is just another replay of the last live stream where he's just saying, nope, I'm standing on my principles. 2 years ago, I told Jackson, whatever the fuck, that I wasn't doing it, and I'm still not doing it. He cannot come on stream and do that again for another 2 hours. He has only two options. He needs to show proof that will definitely be fictitious in nature, or he needs to admit he either outright lied, or he needs to say he made a mistake somehow. Those are legitimately the only options he has. Kayla says, LOL, I think it will be exactly that, a repeat with no documentation. Dude, that better not be what it is. Kayla, if that's what it is, I'm going to be so fucking disappointed. So disappointed. Hold on, I gotta see in the timeline. In the fucking timeline. What is it called? Locale Live. Let's take a look at $6 p.m. Fucking 2 hours, man. Let's see what chat is saying. All right, let's take a look and see what the chat is saying. There's no way it gets avoided. Flay him, don't pay him. There's so much to talk about. Wings, love for black phallus-like objects. What? This is at least a 30-minute conversation. Wings got too cocky. What? Yeah, who cares about Boogie? Bet that you could hear a dog whimpering from Richard's mom's trailer. What? That's high libido play. What? Wings will immediately quit the show if his search history is brought up. Don't you guys agree? Those BBCs just get the blood pumping. Big Boogie cancer. Wings is too. Why are they talking shit about Wings right now? Like, keep to the situation at hand, yo. How are they not only all talking about Boogie and what the fuck is about to occur here? This chat is whack. Kayla says he's gonna say it was a mistake and not offer any documentation. My guess. Okay, quiz question, Kayla. What do you think? Do you think that he was ever even diagnosed with the fucking first one? Do you think, because at this point, I don't even know if he was actually ever diagnosed with the one that could be confused as cancer. I don't even know if that's true, man. You know? Silvana says, or he's going to read out documents. I don't know, guys. I'm telling you right now. Whatever. So this is, for those of you who are interested, this is the channel. I'm going to put the link in. I'll put the link in the description. For those who want to watch it, it's in 2 hours. I'm probably definitely going to stream after the fact. But I'm going to go and we shall definitely reconvene after this fucking shit show of a live stream. And I'll see you guys in chat. I hope to see you guys in chat at what time? At 6 p.m., right? Where the fuck is the time? Oh, wait, is this the wrong one? Hold on. Okay, July 15th at 6 p.m. I will see you guys in chat and we shall reconvene here after. Kayla says, I do think he was diagnosed with non-cancerous one. I think he ran to the internet too fast. I do think he knew it wasn't cancer, but decided to milk it. Listen, at this point, Kayla, I will be surprised if that is even the case. I will be so fucking surprised. All right, but I'll see you guys after the live stream. We'll talk all about it. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye. I'm gonna. Don't worry, Eric. I'm definitely gonna. So as soon as their shit is done, I'm gonna schedule mine and I'm gonna title it live as soon as the locale live is done. So you guys know, as soon as they sign off, we are reconvening here together. So I'll see you guys as soon as they're done. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.